Hello. Hello. So today, talking about Ashli Babbitt. She's a U.S. Air Force veteran, same as me. Did the same job as I did, security police, although she's younger, so it's security forces. And gonna talk about her today because she was murdered, plain and simple. And I'm not saying it because Donald Trump said it. I'm saying it because it's true. So, Ashli Babbitt is 35 years old. U.S. Air Force couldn't pin down how many years it was that she did or what her rank was when she got out. It was anywhere from 12 to 14 years. Hey, Mel. It was anywhere from 12 to 14 years. And yeah, she was a typical, for me and females that I knew when I was in, she was a typical Looney Tune. I mean, okay, not a Looney Tune. That was a bad word. She's not a Looney Tune. I have never met her, so I can't say that. But she was married, had an affair with a guy that she ended up later marrying, and okay, she had questionable taste and morals and stuff like that. Doesn't mean she deserved to die for climbing through a window. So, first off, this insurrection thing. Insurrection is an act or an instance of open revolt against civil authority or constituted government. That's the first part. So, yes, you could say it was a revolt if it was a whole lot of people, but it wasn't. There were thousands of people there watching Donald Trump's speech. It was not even. I want to double check because I don't want to say this wrong. I got to double check. And the whole stormed the Capitol building. Give me a break. I apologize. This is the one thing I forgot to research and get. Well, there's something on there right there. It says it's difficult, if not impossible, to estimate the size or the number. So, okay. The size or the number of the group. But number two of this definition is a rising up or an uprising. Three, the act of rising against civil authority or governmental restraint, specifically the armed resistance of a number of persons to the power of the state, incipient or limited rebellion. That is not what happened. Just saying. Ashli Babbitt was married to Aaron Babbitt, and that poor guy found out about his wife being dead by seeing it on the TV. Ain't that great? Another freaking idiot. Roger Bridges, go away. Jackass. People coming in saying these. I mean, it's just a random bunch of letters. What the frig is the point of that? Idiot. So, Mel, I'm fine with just telling you about this because It needs to be said. And it's not fair to make you wait because you were here. Okay. So, like I said, she was married to Aaron Babbitt. I found it really. Oh, my. I don't know what anybody else's reaction was, but my reaction when I saw what happened on Facebook, I reacted and said, "What was she doing there?" That was my question. Not how could she do this? Why would she do this? What was she doing there? What was the point? You know what I mean? I mean, what's the point of going into the Capitol building? I understand there was a lot of people there to listen to Donald Trump speak. If I could have, I would have went. But I couldn't, so I didn't. But what was the point of going into the Capitol building except for being stupid? Honestly, I think that was just it was a small group of people out of the thousands that were there. Thank you, Mel. Out of the thousands that were there, it was a small group of dumbasses that went in to wreck stuff, to go stand in the place where all of these politicians stand and screw everything up. Um, the Capitol police officer that freaking murdered her, is named Michael Byrd. He had, I, let me double check. I gotta check my notes. Hold on. He was a Capitol Police lieutenant. And the thing is she was unarmed. She was climbing through a window into an unsecured area that had no importance anyway. The speakers the speaker's lobby, which is actually just an ornate hallway that goes along the back of the floor of the Senate. It's not a secure location. It's not classified. It's not anything like that. Guy shot her and killed her. And it looked like it was in the neck. I unfortunately saw that. Hey, Liv. You're right. There were multiple police that didn't stop her from going through the window. There were also multiple police that opened the gates for people that were coming in there. It was stupid. It was a whole stupid thing that unfortunately people played into that probably shouldn't have, because it gave the screamy memes the panic party all the ammo they needed for shit like this. They were doing remembrances as if the only person that died was Ashli Babbitt. Democrats are doing remembrances? Remembrances of what? Your stupidity? AOC's, nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I can't stand that female. I cannot. Okay, so let's go back to something. There's a single thing. Yeah, right, Liv? I mean, shit. Anyway. Oh, I should have brought, I should have researched it, but I didn't want to get into it because I knew I'd get really heated about the one guy that was completely and totally not, nope, can't do it. That'll be another video. It's a undercover guy for the one of the alphabet agencies that instigated everything. But Michael Byrd was a lieutenant in the Capitol Police who said, and I quote, "Oh, not another one. Baron Bezeb. Mel, can you snag that? Almost said bad word. This stupid lieutenant says in an I almost said imbecile interview, because he is an imbecile. I know that day I saved countless lives. Excuse the frill out of me. What? Yeah, seriously. I don't understand what this stupidity is with people coming in and just putting stupid freaking random letters and periods and shit like that in there. I mean, what the hell is that crap? I don't know. I'm just trying not to get heated. So, all in all, I just want to draw a comparison that Ashli Babbitt was a female security, well, forces, police when I was in, and was somewhere where I would have been to listen to Donald Trump if I lived closer. If I was still in Delaware, I might have gone. Not sure, might have. Just to hear him talk. I wouldn't have gone in the friggin' Capitol building. So she's got questionable judgment. She got swept up and went along with the crowd. It happens. It happens to everybody. Not everybody is a stupid sheep. Some people just get caught up, and she had views similar to mine. I don't trust the government. I was in the military. I have a good reason not to trust the government. I see what they do to their freaking troops. Give me a break. Oh boy. All right. So to talk about Michael Bird, I tried to wait as long as I could about the incident in the doorway. She climbed through a window that led into the speaker's lobby, which is basically an ornate hallway lined with chairs on either side of the wall and portraits of previous speakers. That's it. That's all there is. That's all that's in there. I know members of Congress, as well as my fellow officers and staff, were in jeopardy and in serious danger, and that's my job. This guy's a moron. I I hoped and prayed no one tried to enter through those doors, but their failure to comply required me to take the appropriate action, not the appropriate action, to save the lives of members of Congress and myself and my fellow officers. Okay. I know he got in trouble for leaving his loaded service weapon in a bathroom in the Capitol building, by the way. That's what I was looking for, just so I could actually say it right. So this jackass shoots her for coming through a window. Unarmed, female, small. Whose lives was he saving from her? Was she like a superhero? Did she have uncommon strength and she was gonna go rampaging like the Hulk and just destroy everything? Was that who he was saving everybody from? No. This makes no sense. And the fact that this has not been touched by anyone except for um, an article that was put out not shortly after talking about how her private life was, how things happened with she cheated on her husband with a guy that she ended up marrying, and supposedly she rammed her vehicle into the then boyfriend's girlfriend before telling Babbitt's husband, who's I forget his name. She was married to another guy at the time. So, yeah, okay, she's questionable. But I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of people in the military that do things like that. That doesn't mean they deserve to die. Just like everybody, okay, everybody complains when you mention that this black man killed by a white police officer. I said black man killed by a white police officer, right? That he was killed. They don't mention that he was doing a crime, committing a crime, that he had a long freaking rap sheet, and everybody likes to go out and, list everything going into his background. That doesn't mean that he deserved to die. You're right. Just putting the information out there. There is only the one thing on Ashli Babbitt. She was not a criminal. She was a small business owner with her family. And I couldn't get confirmation of what her rank was when she got out. And it was between 12 to 14 years of service. Security police is not an easy job for a female because it's male dominated, just like most of everything else that has anything, security, law enforcement, stuff like that, firemen, it's all male dominated because, or for whatever reason, I should say. Oh, and so, I want to give you the source for the description of the speaker's lobby is according to congressionalglossary.com. It's behind the House chamber where the speaker sits, or at the floor level, not where the speaker sits. And it looks to be in pictures a hallway, which I did some more research and found out that it is a hallway, an ornate hallway, rather wide, like pretty much everything else in DC, trying to make everything all fancy schmancy, with portraits of former speakers over the chairs on the walls, and the chairs line both sides of the walls, just going down. There's no desks. There's nothing in it. There was no reason for Ashli Babbitt to be shot. There was no reason for it because that hallway isn't a secure area. There's no national secrets or anything in there. It was just a hallway with a bunch of pictures of old dead guys and a bunch of chairs. That's it. Why was she shot? Nobody has brought that up. CNN, Commie News Network, did their little stupid thing with this lieutenant, and sorry, I keep getting these waves of really, 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 I get mad. When this happened, I was really mad. So, this hallway, going back to where I was talking, runs parallel to the floor of the House chamber. No need for use of deadly force. She wasn't coming after anybody. She wasn't armed. Nobody around her was armed. Nobody that was in the building, in her area, was armed, except for that lieutenant and whatever officers that were there that shot her. So, let's see. I'm not able to put into words how much this angers me, frustrates me, pisses me the hell off. Plenty of words for it. You're right, Mel. There was no reason for it. Zero. None. There was no reason for it, and there's no explanation. That guy's explanation was not an explanation. It was bullshit. Sorry. Ah, all these healing bruises are freaking itchy as heck. Ugh. So, the long and the short of it is Ashli Babbitt was murdered by a black man who had no reason to kill her. I'm live on Facebook. Or not Facebook. Duh. I'm live on YouTube right now. Duh. I can't get over why there is no one anywhere doing or saying anything about this. The black man shot a white girl who was unarmed, climbing through a window of an unimportant hallway. Why was that a killing offense? I will stop with the sarcasm because it is not a killing offense. Use of force is not authorized in this situation. No matter what time, when I was in the Air Force, 96, 92, 96, use of force has not changed. That definition is pretty self-explanatory. Use of force, and then there's use of deadly force to protect your life or people's lives around you. What was he protecting people from? He even said that in his stupid little interview with Comedy News Network. So there's no explanation. Nobody's talked about it. I've talked about it till I was blue in the face with people. And then I gave up because nobody else would engage with me. Nobody else would talk to me about it. Except other female veterans that I would talk to. They would. There's just too much do as I say, not as I do. There's too much baloney with these frickin' politicians. They're not our leaders. They're our elected representatives. They don't lead us. The president leads us. He leads the country. The elected representatives to the United States Senate, any elected representative is just a representative, not a leader. They are working for us. We are being bamboozled. We are. I know it's a silly word, kind of like Joe Biden and his dumb words, but well, it's not a dumb word, it's a silly word. But I can't find a way otherwise to explain the blatant gaslighting that I see the media doing, and I see the other sheeple gobbling it up like it's truth, and it's all lies. Almost. It's not all lies, but January 6th, bullshit. It was a small amount of people that did something stupid, because some people are stupid. Happens. Nobody was in there shooting up the place. Nobody was in there trying to kill anybody. Nobody was in there rioting. Nobody was in there to do anything except be stupid. Had one old guy that was in there that took a podium. That stupid QAnon shaman looking like an idiot. He didn't do anything. Windows were broken. Why is this such a big thing when Democrats and that side of the aisle, I guess you could say, that frame of mind type side of the aisle were cheering on and, well, not maybe not cheering on, some were for BLM and all their riots. An entire summer's worth of riots over a criminal that was shot by a white man. Yes, he was murdered. I do not deny that. However, was use of deadly force authorized? Or not authorized, was use of deadly force to, was it appropriate in that time for Floyd? Well, what that cop did when he murdered him, granted the guy was high on, I think, 2 or 3 different drugs, doesn't excuse it. He did have his knee on his neck. I did see that. So it's I'm not trying to compare. I'm just saying all of those riots from BLM and everything else and all the destruction they did. I think last time I saw it was in the range of $5 million in one city, in one spot, in one small spot of a city. The hypocrisy and the stupidity is rampant. It needs to stop. So the long and the short of it is Ashli Babbitt was murdered by a black man, and nobody cares. Ashli Babbitt was murdered by a Capitol Police officer, and nobody's saying anything about it. I'm saying black man because BLM likes to say how, oh, black man killed by a white police officer. Okay. It's a white girl killed by a black police officer. Everything else was a summer of love. Didn't Pelosi try to say something stupid like that? It was that AOC. I don't know. They're all retards. I just can't get past the fact that no one is talking about this. No one has said anything about this. Yet a criminal who was murdered, I agree, had billions of dollars of damage done by rioters in his name. Yet this one female, unarmed female, shot for no reason, wasn't caught. Where is the, well, obviously there's no more common sense, but where is the logic in shooting her for going through a window into a hallway that has no import whatsoever? It was just an ornate hallway with pictures of dead guys and chairs along the walls. That's it. I'll even show you so you can see what I'm talking about. Hold on, I got a stupid spam from this. I can move my arm without pain from the elbow down, by the way. Collarbone is healing, but 6 to 8 weeks, and I'm only 3 weeks in. I am not I'm not complaining because I'm alive. When, by all rights, it was more a possibility that I wouldn't have been from that fall than that it would have. So, but that's another video that I did previously. Okay, so speakers lobby. Ornate hallway. Sorry, ornate hallway. That is a reporter going into said hallway, or coming from said hallway into another part of the Capitol building. I don't know what it is. I was just looking at history.house.gov. So those are actual photos from a government. Oh, my bad. So the speaker's lobby is just the hallway. It leads into the members' retiring room, which is where there were some individuals, um, lawmakers or elected representatives that were in there. That was what that lieutenant was trying to protect, was the members' retiring room, the ones that were in there. This is a very old picture of the retiring room. It's another hallway-like room with chairs. And I don't see any pictures of dead guys in this one. And a really big friggin' mirror. So I will say one thing. That video of her being shot and of her dying was... I was doing research on this. Sorry. I was doing research on this, and it was still... You could still see it out there. What happened to this whole, nobody, this... So, I'm angry. This brought things back up in my mind. In this subject, I was worried that I was going to get, my tang was going to get all tangled. But I'm trying to get past that. Because the brain is whirling. And things are going faster in here than they are coming out here. The long and the short of it is that woman, 35-year-old woman, did not deserve to die. George Floyd didn't deserve to die. George Floyd committed a crime. Ashli Babbitt did not. She was trying to go through a window into a hallway. I just can't get past that part. All the riots, all the stupidity over the guy committing a crime that was murdered by a cop. Like I said, I'm not debating that at all. He was murdered by that cop, kneeling on his neck. Circumstances be damned, there was no reason for him to be kneeling on the guy's neck. There really wasn't. And he wasn't the only one there. There was four total. 4 cops total with that. But that's rabbit trail. Basically, the double standard. That was the word I was trying to, or the phrase I was trying to find. The double standard of this stupidity from these so-called leaders that, as I mentioned before, are not our leaders. They are our elected representatives. They aren't leading anything. The president is leading the nation. Everybody else is speaking for us. Or that was what they're supposed to be doing. They're not, but that's another video. Um, it's wrong. It is a grave injustice, and the fact that I'm doing this video, nobody's gonna care. Except, I mean, y'all are here, which I'm very grateful for. But I I want to make a difference somehow, and talking about this and about her and about what happened and the stupidity of everyone involved. It's just um I'm at a loss for words. I can't get past it. Hey, Timo, I can't get past the stupidity of. Now, I'm not just saying it's all of them. Ashli had no reason to go into that damn Capitol building, but she also was not armed, didn't deserve to die, was not causing any. Um, she was just standing there, and then she was going through a window, and the guy shot her. Now, I'm pretty sure it was in the neck, and she fell back through the window. Not the same. Deadly force was not needed in that situation. No force was needed in that situation. None. So, I would love to have a talk with somebody about this, but nobody will. No, well, there's nobody here in my area that would talk to me about it anyway, just because they all are the same mind as me. I would like to have a discussion with somebody who thinks that this was authorized, that this was the right thing to do to save all the little representatives that were elected by us, not going into elections, but these people were elected by us to do a job, and they're not. That's the other part. Ah, I forgot. I don't like bangs. It makes my head itch. Plus all the healing stuff from the fall and all that. The healing stuff is itchy. I agree, Tim. Detainment only. Detainment was the only thing that should have been done. And if there were other officers there with him, which, according to the CNN story and what Michael Byrd said himself, Lieutenant Byrd said himself, there were other officers. Why didn't they do anything? Why was everybody just standing around? And then all of a sudden, this joker shoots somebody in the neck and kills her. Nobody's talking about it. Why? That's my frustration is kind of having an effect on my capability of talking, which I will apologize ahead of time for. I just, this is irritating. Screw it. I don't care what it looks like. um, this is wrong on more levels than I even want to count. And the fact that this lieutenant received no reprimand of in any way, shape, or form, and is back and has been back on duty from what I was able to find, as if nothing happened. He just killed a chick for no reason. Let him go back to work. Double standard is huge, and it needs to stop. And I'm going to end here because I don't want to start rehashing everything again. I'm really frustrated, and I'm really not upset. I'm frustrated and I'm angry. I'm angry at the inaction and that double standard. I am angry with the gobbling up of the misinformation put forth by the media, by the sheeple. The sheeple are just gobbling it up like it's freaking gravy or something. I don't know. Thanks, Liv. Ah, no bangs. It's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like that. I had to do that because my hair was so long I couldn't. I mean, I'd take a shower and then I'd have wet hair that I could only get towel dried, and I have a leather couch, and water and leather doesn't really Timo, I would like to see that too. Apparently there are 14,000 hours of video that was taped that um nobody can get a hold of. Her parents um and their lawyers and all of that, they can't get a hold of that information. So that is a thing that you mentioned right now. That is a thing um that they can't get their hands on it. All of that video and audio, and nobody can get their hands on it. That was something else that I read. Oh, this thing makes my shirt wonky. So basically, it's bullshit. Sorry, bull cookies. It's a Fremen mistake, and it needs to be corrected. And that man needs to go to jail for murder. His race and his sex doesn't matter to me. The fact that he murdered someone matters to me. And he needs to go to jail for life. He sure as shit doesn't deserve to be any kind of a police officer right now. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So, on that note, crazy hair. On that note, I am going to end this video here because I was starting the frustration from the double frustration from this, and then from all of the everything racing in my head and not coming out right. I don't want to do the repeating thing. I reiterated some points that needed to be made today, and that was it. I'll see at a later time what I can do to get this video out there. I'm going to try and download it and edit it so that it's not as rambling and don't have to worry about the whole bangs thing. Now I'm going to put that on Rumble, and all I can do is talk about it. That's it. That's all I can do. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. Starting out small. Welcome to my living room. I didn't say that at the beginning, so I'll say it now. It's disheartening. It's disheartening that this only now is being spoken about by people again because of the anniversary. Lady Liv, go for it. I'm going to. I can. So I can send you the link. I haven't set it up all the way yet. I haven't set up Rumble all the way yet. So, but I will be getting on that because I have actually downloaded all my other videos that I did, and I'm gonna take one of the first things I want to put up is my chronicling of the COVID, when I had COVID for 2.5 days, and what I did, and those videos I did. So I'm going to see if I can condense those down into one video and put that on there. And then this one and a few other ones. Again, thank you all very much for being here. I really appreciate it. Be live again next Thursday, and I am hoping that I can figure out the software and everything. I got myself some new software, so I'm going to be still trying to figure it out. And I got some books for it this time too. So we shall see. Thank you. I hope everybody has an awesome new year. And God bless us all, because we all need